Sorry for the delay in the last video.
That's right.
So greetings and welcome back to those who can come on right now.
Brother Hawkins Muhammad,
yes.
I want to thank you. I'm going to go ahead and put on mute. Brother Baruti, I see you smile. You cheesing, brother. I wish I could treat you to drink right about now, but I'm a high priest. I don't drink. But I would love to treat you to one right now. Maybe even have a smoke or something. The rest of them look too, hey, brother Baruti, the rest of them look too old, man. You know, Lindsay, he's sharp, but you know, he looks too old. Hey, look, good night to you, brothers. I love you, brothers. And Mr. Hawkins Muhammad, my wife and I, we're thinking about putting together some money to have you and your wife come here. Let us get situated because we about to move from where we are now. But I'm going to be touching base with you in about 9 months just to say hi and let you know where I am with that.
Well, I
certainly
appreciate
it. Anymore. I just want to listen to you all from this point on.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. I was doing my YouTube thing and my YouTube like just went off. And I'm like, holy snap. So I had to kind of figure out how I can bring it back. But we're back live on our YouTube, and I'm glad everybody's kind of tuning back in. This is like a part 2 to that. You know what I mean? And just hearing the information that's been put out and shared amongst those who are here now really speaks volumes, because what happens a lot of times is that we don't get into these conversations. One brother wanted to ask if Brother Solomon, no, he said Brother Solomon must not be a Mason because he's practicing the Islam mystery school or something like that, Alex said. I have to go back and look. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, listening to this brother break down some information to me, who's to say that he's not a Mason? What is a Mason? No more than a person who's able to build the next person up. I mean, let's just look at it for what it is. There's a lot of people who walk around who are actually Masons, but have not been initiated into Masonry. And that's true. There's a lot of individuals walking around who are Masons, legitimate Masons, builders of men, fishermen of men, those who can actually help another person become more enlightened. But because they're not been initiated in what we call the structure of Freemasonry or in Freemasonry, we don't consider them as such. And I know I've had conversation with quite a few. I'm like, man, you need to be initiated a Mason. Come on, bro. The information that you have will benefit me gratefully. I mean, I'm just being honest, you know, and this is the truth that we have to face sometime. It is what it is.
Tony.
Yes.
Brother Tony, ergo, the question, where were you first?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the uniqueness of Freemasonry. Freemasonry has its own language, its own writings. But a lot of time, because we don't practice it, we don't practice the writings of Freemasonry. It's a lost thing. If I wrote some of you a letter in Freemasonry, and you pick it up and you're like, what is Hawkins trying to say? What is this mess? But Freemasonry has its own language. And we all know it. But do we practice it? No. I would say that some jurisdictions have their own ciphers. Okay, and I can say this in my jurisdiction, the way we open, most people probably want to turn around and walk out the door. They'd be like, what y'all finna do? This is how we get down. Because we wanted to have it.
Shut.
Say what now?
I made a joke. I said, looking like eyes wide shut.
There you go. There you go right there. Looking like eyes wide shut. And the fact of the matter is that I'm going to share this with you. This is a true story. We had a brother to come and be initiated here in California. He was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, bro, this is not nothing that you don't already know. It just hadn't been presented to you this way. No, I'm not doing that. Bro, I will share with you this tad bit. We had frankincense and incense flowing. And we didn't have to touch. We don't put hands on nobody. This is when you become a Mason, it is to elevate you to the next level. It is not to demoralize you, put hands on you, break you down, make you crawl around on the floor like some kid. It ain't about that. It's about elevating you. And when you're able to be elevated, what it looks like for a man to come in and another man putting hands on you. That don't make no sense. This is why they do that in some jurisdictions. Let's just be honest. But here, I can only speak about where I'm at. What, about 20 years ago? That was a no-no. We don't do that. I know when I became Grandmaster, it was like, no, it's time to elevate. So when you're elevating a person, his whole demeanor changes. When you're elevating a person, he walks different, he talks different. This is the uniqueness I like in Freemasonry, because it doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what religion you are. If you are true to who you say you are, you're going to be the example of what you say you and claim that you are. Simple as that.
And you know what? You ain't even got to say nothing. People can look at you and tell who you are.
Absolutely. This is the uniqueness in Freemasonry that I like, that I enjoy. Now, I can't talk for everybody else, but I can tell you that when you're on this journey, and everybody, that's your own individual journey. It's yours alone. And when you begin to walk around that lodge and understanding why you're walking around in its illustrious body, followed by those 3 stars, those 3 kings, you can go that route even for the Eastern Star. In the Eastern Star works, they have a certain sayings and math to do. But I don't even know why as a patron, I don't know if they understand why they say that. Because as Brother Solomon mentioned earlier about Series B, I think he said, Series B. And you got those those other stars that follow Series B at the raising of the sun during on December 25th, because it moves 1 degree. Then you understand why you see that star in the east and I've come to worship him. Well, I mean, it'll all come together, but it doesn't come together because we don't teach that. We don't. And I know I just really just began to kind of like come into it myself.
Is Brother Solomon gone?
No, Brother Solomon has muted his mic and said that he didn't want to take over the show and that he would listen.
I wonder, now that you mentioned the series of the stars, I wonder if what we talked about was the Polo Tolo. If we can come back on, the star, that's what the Dogons called it.
Well, Brother Aaron might be able to talk on that. Brother Aaron, what you got?
I think that they believe that and worship that star constellation and had their rituals every 56,000 years, if I'm not mistaken. They believed that their god came out of the ocean or the sea.
Okay, so that's Series A, I think.
A fish suit, right? And a mitre. He's
Okay.
the god of the seas.
And you know the name what they called God? They called him the Sambo.
Repeat that?
They called him the Sambo.
Really?
I guarantee it.
Man, do they know you over in the international, am I right?
Yeah.
Do they know you know this stuff?
No, but you can Google that up. It's a fact. Even
right.
in Thailand, they call God the Sambo.
That is correct.
Wow.
In fact, one of the names for Buddha at one time was Sambo.
That's very interesting. That right there is very, very interesting. But you know what's even more interesting to me is that whenever we talk about God or Christ or Jehovah, all the gods preceding up into Christ went through the same initiation per se. The same stories were told about each one of them, be it the Greece god, Christian, the Indi. That I think Krishna was an Indies god.
Krishna is Hindi. Hindu.
Okay, so Attis. That's a Greece god, if I'm not mistaken, around 12 BC. Did I say his name right? Attis. How you pronounce that? Attis. Attis. I know it's a Greek god, but he came around. Thank you, Slim Daddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. He came around during the time about 12 BC. So when you begin to see these different gods, all of them went through a process of being who they are. Just like each one of us go through a process of being who we are. But what I'm finding is that a lot of us don't want to go through the process. It's too hot. as Brother Solomon was saying earlier, about that temperature rising up. It gets too hot. And I would say this here, if you look at any of the leaders, including King, any of them, once they got to a certain level, they had to go. They had to go. You name it. You name me one leader, you name me one black man that we consider to be a leader that did not have to go. I'm waiting. And the reason I say that is because they always, and when I say they, I'm just talking about the system, has always looked to kill the Messiah.
Good thing.
Say again?
I added to what you said. You said they're always looking to kill, and I said a good thing.
There you go, a good thing. All of, I mean,
but is it that they've and I'm just asking this, not with an answer or a conclusion, but is it that they have outlived at that point their usefulness, or is it that they've come into a place of understanding that maybe transcended where they had been to that point, and at that point they actually became dangerous and therefore had to go?
But you know what? Once you educate somebody, that could be kind of dangerous because everybody don't deserve to be educated.
Hitler. Let me give you Hitler. Look at Hitler.
Yeah.
He's a prime example of a person who didn't have what you would call formal education, but once he became enlightened, it was like ding, ding, ding. Oh, it was on. And let's remember,
Brother Hawkins Muhammad, what did Hitler say about black people?
Oh, you got the kids of Jews. You got the kids of God's Jews over there. You're going to be punished. He told them. He told America, you got God's Jews. It's in his book. Yeah. But we don't even know it. we don't even know it. But when you wake up and realize these things and the light come on, it's a whole nother ball game.
Brother Hawkins Muhammad, I also want to reply to Brother Barudi's statement. Also, there's a physiology thing that happens. Once you reach a certain level in understanding, you can't parlay with the dead. You can't fraternize with them. Jesus, as the Essene, remember the Essenes were people who stood, they were by themselves. They didn't deal with the masses. Jesus himself was welcomed in amongst the kings, but he had to let himself go to a different place to help average people out. You get physically sick. You go to a cookout. I can't go to family reunions now in Charleston, South Carolina, if I flew into America because they're on such a low vibration. They talking about kid. Your kid playing for Pee Wee football this year? What you cooking over there? What you doing there? That's such a low vibration that it would break me and my family apart. Jesus can't be around. That's why Elijah Muhammad told his followers, before you step up in here, let's change your diet. Because you got to understand that vibratory rate is real. Everybody has a frequency that we vibrate at. Women say some of the best lovers in the world are those little Buddhist monks. And you know they're not built like black men. But at the same time, those little monks may not have our penises, but they make their women cry. They use an energy while we They using frequency. God, Jesus used a different frequency.
Yes.
When you use look at anybody from your favorite football team going back 20, 30 years ago. I had a brother from the Cincinnati Bengals come visit. You know, a lot of blacks are now starting to come to Africa. Brother from the Cincinnati Bengals, he hadn't played professional football in 20 years, but he could barely walk. He banged out. That's because he thought alpha male all his life. Jesus wasn't that. Jesus couldn't be at no cookout with you all and sitting there watching niggas bang each other's bodies up like that. How are you going? Do you think Elijah Muhammad want to sit at a Pro Bowl game if he was here? Even Martin Luther King, as much fat back and pork chops he ate, he realized that was some bullshit. The best that he would ever become would be a mason and a preacher, but never a true educator like Jesus, like Christ. You listen, brother Baruti and brother Hawkins. When you look at Jesus, you remember he was hung on a cross. But when he came down from that cross, did you hear much from him? Did you hear about him being around people and at clubs and parties?
No.
Hell no. No, he got the hell away from niggas.
Well, I did that video called "I Don't Hang Around Dead People."
When they took him to the cross, none of them people who he helped came there to try to save him.
Bingo.
Not one.
Look, man, them people was in the upper room. Stop. They was in the upper room.
That's the issue. That's the issues with a lot of the leaders that come about that get killed. They trying to help people that don't even realize they need help. Like casting pearls into the swine. Like that's what's happening. Like they want to save a people that don't want to save themselves.
Exactly.
So it kind of like it backfires.
Exactly.
That's why you have to understand everybody don't want to be saved. When we say I'm changing my mind frame from saying we to some of us.
Yeah,
because like old girl said, everybody, your skin folks or kin folks don't something like that, you know. So I have to kind of change and say
all skin folks ain't your kin folks.
All skin folks ain't your kin folks. So even for me, I have to begin to change and say, okay, some of us, not all of us, because some of us is our enemy.
Totally.
You know,
Brother Tony, if I may interject.
Go ahead.
We're at a time right now where the order of Melchizedek needs refinement. We have a very important job to do of spiritual cultivation and humanity in order to elevate humanity as a whole. And honestly, our swords have been pretty dull. And I know I've been bringing the heat for sure. But we need that. We all need to burn, actually, in order to rise up like the phoenix that we all deserve to be. So let it burn, baby.
But see, you say that, but who really want to step out? That's the question you have to ask yourself as being a leader. When we think of leadership, when we think of those who have followers and people are like just raha, who really wants to step out and be that and have that target on you? I mean, we could talk about redefine and being the man but who really want to step out like that? I'm
already doing it. I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah, you here, bro. You here. You here.
I'm coming. It's coming. The sun's coming.
Hey, and I would say this. I've had some brothers from other jurisdictions that say, Brother Hawkins, I like what you're doing. I enjoy what you're doing, and I appreciate the phone calls we have. I just can't come on your Zoom tonight. I can't do that. I'll watch you, but I can't come on.
That.
I'm like, dude, what? No, can't do it. And I'm not mad, but sometimes you're going to have to come out of that comfort zone because some of us are too comfortable. We like it where we at. And when you become that way, anybody can sneak up on you because you're comfortable. You ever notice a police officer and a crook? You know what they always do? They're always looking around. They ain't comfortable. My friends who are police officers, we go sit down, they're not comfortable. They're always looking. And we have to be like that as Masons. Don't get comfortable. Always be aware of your surroundings.
I completely agree. You know, people don't realize what's actually in the darkness. They're like, okay, the darkness exists, but they don't even know what is the darkness. And it's different manifestations of itself. They get so transfixed on sunshine and rainbows and the light that they neglect understanding the darkness and they just screw themselves.
And what you just mentioned really adds flavor to it. When you talk about the rainbow, if you look at the rainbow, it has the same colors as the different elements in your body as far as raising up, going through the different colors until you reach that peak of explosion. It has those colors. It means something, even including the 5 points of the star for the Eastern Star. I talked about that. Those colors mean something. Going through those 5 degrees for the Eastern Star, it means something. But we have it so watered down until it's like, I'm an Eastern Star. I'm good. I'm a Mason. I'm good. No, you're not good. You haven't arrived yet. Hell, I haven't arrived yet. It's a continuous process.
Lifelong journey.
A lifelong journey. Taking the working tools that have been handed to you and flip them and really use them. Apply them. Apply the things that's been handed to you. As a Mason, I see everything different. I don't look at nothing the same like I used to 30 years ago. I go to the movies. Movies tell me stories of things that are about to happen. That's me. I'm telling you. I go to the movies. I'm like, oh, some shit gonna pop off in a few years.
Come on, doctor. Come on and say that.
It's just me. I don't know about nobody else, but that's how I get down.
Why are you telling them about predictive programming? You know you're not supposed to do that.
Man, look. I turned my wife onto that, and she hates it. She said, I don't see things the same. I can't go to the movie, sit down and enjoy a movie no more because I'm looking for what they're actually saying, and it's in every movie.
It's not entertainment at all.
It's not. They telling you what's going to be popping off. And we can go and Google this and it'll come up. We know it. But some of us are so drawn into the matrix, and some of us it's like, oh, that's man. Did you see that movie? It was action packed. Blah blah blah. No, bro. Did you see the movie Gentlemen, what was that? With Mysterious Gentlemen or something like that. Distinguished Gentlemen.
How much does it cost to rent space in your brain?
Nothing. But I'll tell you what, in the movie.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
You need to repeat that.
How much does it cost to rent space in your brain? Who are you selling brain space to? Who are you giving your power to?
Absolutely.
You know what? But what's crazy is that for the many of you will remember that commercial years ago. This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs.
Yeah.
Egg. And interestingly, it was an egg. Going back to what we were talking about earlier.
The egg being the sun, being the center.
About that.
They frying your mind.
No, but the perception being that the only thing that can warp your brain is drugs, and that might be an immediate, quick, fast, destroy that brain. But when you think about what is considered, quote unquote, as my brother Morpheus shared, as entertainment, and then Brother Matthews, how much are you willing to rent brain space for? This is your brain on entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like most people miss the fact that the TV was always considered the idiot box. From when it was considered the idiot box. And
it's still considered the idiot box.
Yeah. And people look past that. They still tune into it, and it's their God. Like the TV and the news, it becomes their God. It's their guide to this in this matrix, man. It's crazy.
And they will build a statue and give the statue the first beast the voice of the second beast, and that second beast will speak through the first beast through the cult of TV set.
I didn't see that coming. I ain't gonna even lie. I didn't even see that coming. Hey, he sucker punched me on that one. Aaron, I didn't see that one coming.
Down goes Frazier.
Man, bruh, it is what it is. I mean, isn't that why they call it television programming? Now, when I was a kid coming up, when the TV went off, it had a beep sign. Beep, and the white noise came out. And I would be looking at it like, damn, like, shit, this is interesting. White noise. Now I know maybe I shouldn't have really been looking at it. Who knows what they were sending? I'm being honest. But now they got it on a 24-hour cycle.
Yeah. And to add to your wisdom, shows was called programs back then.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right?
That static can get you every time.
Every time. Don't go into the light, Marianne.
Right? You'll have the mark in your right hand. You'll hold it in your right hand.
Man, look, I just put down my remote control. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Who's the master? Your phone or you?
Hey.
The remote control, the phone, all of it. See, when we talk like this,
iPhone.
People looking for a mark. People looking for a mark and don't know that my remote control, my cell phone, all of my electronics are my mark.
Hey, you know what? If you ever sometimes just have a conversation and then you go check your phone and Google, whatever you was talking about is gonna come up on that phone.
Yeah, totally.
Man, that God AI.
Well, we give them that power when we want that app. I like this app. Record, change the data in your phone. Also, we give it permission.
Yeah.
Alexa, record everything.
You say record everything. Absolutely. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. As we begin to grow, and when I say grow, I'm talking about with knowledge. As we begin to develop and to grow as individuals and realize that this thing we call Freemasonry is bigger than what we perceive it to be, people then look at you like some of us can't have this conversation with everybody. Let's just be honest. This conversation we're having right now, everybody can't have it with their family. If I go to mom, if my mom was still living, I go to mom and say, Mom, you know about that Bible, right? That guy you call Jesus, Mom, that was somebody who did the same thing before him. Boy, if you don't get out of here with that, you can't tell everybody that. And I think that's what Brother Solomon was saying earlier. Some of this, people ain't gonna, they can't handle it. They can't deal with it. But when they begin to do their own research, and I say it all the time, do your own research and we can have the conversation.
Hey,
brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
I showed my buddies once before.
Do what now?
Early in the morning, the sun just come out. And we're right there by the water. And you can see it walking.
The sun?
Yeah. You know the water. You know that people say they saw the S-O-N walking on water?
Yeah.
It was the S-U-N walking on water.
Yeah, totally.
Walking on water for many Horaces, right? Well,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think about what the name horse, you get the word hours.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then when they talk about Christ being on the cross, and they talk about the thorns are no more than the sun rays.
Yeah.
Totally.
Huh? I mean, this is all esoteric. This is all that stuff that other people don't like to talk about because they be calling you devil worshipers. Y'all worshiping Satan. What? Satan resides in all of us. We just know how to handle and deal with the egos and superstitions that resides in us.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lonely world, though.
Yeah.
It's lonely out here.
Yeah, Brother Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother Tony, the crown of thorns is the cranial nerves.
The cranial nerves? All
yeah,
right.
For each section of the brain. And then you have the arc. So you have 10 and 2, right? That's 12. And then Adam Cadmon, that's 13.
That's a good way of looking at that.
Yeah, definitely.
See, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Brother Hawkins, I was gonna say, like you had the show the other day about has Masonry lost its influence, and I was been pondering about it, and it's kind of like the people has lost their lust for something greater. So it ain't Masonry that lost its influence. You know how when you be on the path and you be seeking for something to, to assist in your growth, people that lost their lust, they just want to be mundane. So I don't think Masonry lost its influence. I just think that people lost their desire to be greater.
That zeal, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think that they've lost their desire. They're trapped. They're in a lower state of mind to where they're in survival mode. They haven't they're not afforded the opportunity to sit their ass down like some people have in order to, excuse my language, but unfuck themselves to be able to take the log out of their eye so that they can help their brother or sister.
That's an interesting way of putting it, Brother Aaron. I say that's an interesting way of putting it. I'm trying to read some of the things that people been chatting on the YouTube. I had to go back up and get back on the YouTube channel. So I'm just trying to find out where we're at right now. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. So this has been a great show. I really enjoyed it. I wish I just could have gotten it all on YouTube. I think I've only gotten like an hour and 40 minutes on YouTube. We spent another extra 30 minutes. So I want to just say we're going to do this again. I think it's great to have this conversation. Brother Solomon from Africa, I appreciate him coming on. It's got to be close to 6 o'clock in the morning now because we've been on here for a couple of hours. And just really getting this expression out, And I made this public because there's a lot of people that don't understand Freemasonry. I was watching this minister, and I'm going to get ready to log off, talk about he was a Mason. True enough. He is a Mason in the essence, but he hasn't been initiated a Mason. But he was talking about, you're talking about feeding some goat another and riding some goat. Until you've been there and done that, you have not a clue. I can't tell you what it is to be a Christian until I become a Christian. I can be the example. Just like being a Muslim of anything that you want to represent. Until you have been there and done that, you can't talk about it. I can't talk about a Muslim until I've come into the mosque and sit and talk with them. I have no right.
Process.
I have no right. I can't go to church and tell Christians until I've been into church, and then I can say, you know what? This is the hospital. Everybody in here is sick. True.
It's just like stolen valor. Nobody can say that they've been in the military just by wearing the uniform and walking around in the mall.
Absolutely.
You are what you are.
You are what you are.
Experience.
So, look.
I completely agree.
So I want to thank everybody who's made donations to the show. I certainly appreciate you. And I'm going to share this with everybody right now. So a few weeks ago, a group of the brothers got together from different jurisdictions. We got Whoopi Goldberg. We sent her a sweater. We did it. We didn't like what they were saying about Whoopi. So we got together. We sent Whoopi a sweater and put our different jurisdictions on there, gave it to her with the compass and square and the Eastern Star emblem on it, and told her this was from us to her. It was our gift to her. Yeah, we did it. We said, look, Whoopi, we sorry.
Yeah.
And we wasn't speaking for everybody. We just said we sorry that you caught all this slack. But on behalf of these jurisdictions and these grand masters and these grand chapters, we want to give you this sweater.
Yeah.
You can wear it and represent us in the essence of being who you are.
Beautiful gesture.
So if anybody want to get upset, you can get upset with me because we did the thing. So hopefully When she get it, she aware and said thank you from those jurisdictions that came together to give her the sweater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Simple as that. She deserves, look, for someone like her to be crucified like she was crucified, I disagree with it. Maybe she should have known what the sweater represented. True enough. But that's a teachable moment to her. Because right now she may have a bitter taste about the Freemasons and how she was treated. But if it's a teachable moment, you might be able to get her to make that $100,000 donation to your foundation. Who knows? That was that moment that someone let drop through their fingers. But I'm glad that I and several other grandmasters and worthy matrons felt that, hey, let's do this gesture. So yes, we send her a sweater from the various jurisdictions saying thank you.
But it's an honor for a Black queen to wear your emblem.
Hey, I have no complaints about it. None at all.
Mm-hmm.
If she can, if my name can come out of her mouth, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely.
If my name can come out of her mouth and say, thank you, Brother Tony, Muhammad Hawkins, however you want to word that, I'm good. I ain't mad. So look, we're going to get ready to go. And I appreciate everybody for coming on, especially those who came back on the YouTube channel. And I think that's going to be a part 2. So you're going to have a part 1 and a part 2. So as we close the night, I bid everybody a warm greetings from me to you. And we need to do this again. We really need to do this again.
Definitely.
So
appreciate y'all brothers too, man.
Appreciate you. Brother Humphreys, now you want to show your face?
Brother John Solomon, I appreciate all y'all. Brother.
Yeah, appreciate it. Brother David Weatherspoon, Brother Barat, everybody. Thank you. Brother Kenneth.
Thank you all. So, thank you, Brother Morpheus.
Brother Aaron, there you go. Your picture does you no justice, Brother Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Come on, bro.
Your picture does you no justice, man.
Brother Solomon, thank you, man. Brother Tony, thank you for tonight, man. It's been phenomenal, man. Brother Lindsay, of course, my brother Morpheus. Brother Morpheus and I are part of the same lodge, brother Tony. I don't know if you knew that.
I did know that. I know that he's always hitting me up, giving me some props, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
thank you very much.
I'm gonna share this with you. My brothers and I are getting ready to do a cross-country drive from the West Coast to the East Coast. It's about 6 of us. We get in a van. We just can't be stuck like this. We ain't flying. We're gonna drive. So we're taking about 3 weeks, California to the East Coast. We finna do it. You know,
I'm gonna say this, brother Hawkins. Listen,
what?
You might want to get a Winnebago because there's gonna be some brothers that want to jump in with you, and I'm one of them.
Wait, what state you in?
Georgia.
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, we coming to Atlanta.
Good.
Jump in and continue to ride.
We coming to Atlanta because our final stop is going to be like in Chesapeake, Virginia, probably. Okay. But yeah, we're definitely going to be in Atlanta. That's because we got to stop by and holler at Brother Melvin Little. You know, that's my lodge brother there. So we're going to we're going to stop in New Orleans. You know, we're going to stop in Texas, Alabama. I don't know about Alabama because they still got some things in Alabama that I don't know, bro. Yeah. I know some brothers actually to stop it. I don't know.
You may just want to drive through the state and wave out the window.
Yeah, bro. We might want to do that. But yeah, we're going to do this drive this summer. My grandmaster, he was like, okay, look, we may not do grand session. Depends on the atmosphere, you know, what's happening. But we are going to make that drive from California to the East Coast. And Atlanta, we're going to stop in Atlanta. We're going to be there at least 3 days in Atlanta.
Okay.
You know.
Well, you got my number. You got my information. Just let me know.
Oh, we're going to post it. Now, I can't tell you exactly when. I'm going to be honest with you. But we'll give you a 3-day notice. Because, you know, some people just may want to drive up and just say, you that shit starter, Hawkins. We going to get you. I mean, I'm just saying. I gotta be aware, like Brother Matthew said, Aaron, you gotta be aware of your surroundings. You gotta do that. So definitely, he looks so serious, Brother Aaron. You look so serious, man.
Yeah,
stoic.
Say what?
It's stoic. Yeah.
He got that like, don't you know I mess you up?
We got Joe.
Hey.
Brother Hawkins, and all your shit starting, you bringing some people together, man. That's a beautiful.
Well,
I love that.
Well,
Beautiful,
hopefully.
bittersweet.
Well, hey, man, you know what? I used to say I'm building a bridge, but sometimes I want to blow that motherfucker. I want to blow it up so bad.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
Man, I'd be like, you mean to tell me? No. But it's all good. It's all good. I've enjoyed the journey for the past 35 years, and being a Mason, I have enjoyed this journey. And being here with you guys makes the journey worthwhile. It does. It really does. It really does. So look, I really got to go. I think we've been on this joint for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been doing it like that. So look, brothers.
You brothers have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Kenneth, and everybody else.
All right, brothers, take care.
All right.
All right.
I'm out.
I appreciate you all. Much love.
All right,
Much
peace.
love.
Much love, man. Peace.
So look, if you're still on the YouTube, we just got done with the Zoom. I want to say thank you for this part 2 that we just got done with. And man, it's if you've enjoyed this, I said thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Remember this: the higher we climb, the clearer the vision. Hey, stay out the bushes and keep your light on. I'm out.